I work with kids, and all kids are queer these days. Good for them.
Why is he hanging out with Eli Ehrlich?
And so I look at all this kids' media now, and there's joy in my heart that the kids get the childhood that I never had to have. Children need adults in their life that aren't their parents.
I have a lot of video essays currently written, and some of it's half shot. My plan is to do an 8-essay series that explores white supremacy and anti-racism from a white perspective.
Look at all these video essays this person's done. This is the second most recent post. It's like Ian Danskin or something.
Lesbian takeover of the entire SNFL branch of the New York Public Library. The lesbian social spaces have been on the decline.
Who is invited to this event? Well, first of all, lesbians. But in addition to that, everyone.
No.
We're gonna watch this instead. So, got the panic button. Apparently they found some trans lesbian comedian who is awful. Interesting.
Everyone, I'm Nina.
I'm Jessie.
So actually, first we're gonna start off with reacting to this trans comedian.
Oh.
Joy.
Wait, does the background say T for T?
I just see what I think is a lesbian in the back.
You know that's a trans man, right?
Same difference at this point. Oh my God. First of all, I hope this is a joke because...
I mean, isn't that the point? It's a comedian, right?
So this is a lesbian, apparently. This hulking great gentleman address here. How nice.
Is the joke the dress in the sneakers?
Doubtful.
Okay, so it's
well,
not.
Let's listen. Let's see what the joke is.
Okay. Now, let me just pull it. Okay.
The other day I had lesbian sex.
No, you did not.
It's sex where like two women take off our shirts and one of us had.
I hate trans comedy so much. Like, it's the most TMI shit. Like, let's just TMI the fuck out and say it in a joke cadence. And that somehow people like this kind of thing. I don't fucking get it, man.
Sex. It's sex where like two women take off our.
It almost sounds like it is the joke. That is a bloke saying, I just had lesbian sex, dressed up like a woman, or what he thinks a woman dresses like. I mean, they do, but mostly 70 plus, you know what I mean? Like, because he was dressed like a woman, that makes it lesbian sex.
Our shirts and one of us had a panic attack about our bodies. I've been thinking about.
People laughed at that. Remember, people laughed at that.
Misogyny, because I'm obsessed with it. Like, I think no matter who you are, you're misogynistic, right? Man, woman, barista. No matter who you are, male misogyny is just boring. It's always like, oh, I'm gonna kill you. In my man cave. Lesbian misogyny, though, I love that. I do. It's special because it's always.
Lane Monroe, I don't know anything about them, to be honest.
Lesbian misogyny, though, I love that. I do. It's special because it's always like, oh, I love you, so I must destroy you to kill the thing inside of myself.
When all else fails, just start screaming. Okay. Doesn't make it more funny when it's louder, believe it or not.
To kill the what?
This reminds me of when like 5-year-old kids like learn the joke cadence, but don't learn like how to tell a joke. So it just ends up them saying stuff in the joke cadence and then waiting for the laugh. You know what I mean?
The thing inside of me. Is he talking about trans lesbians have to kill men because they're men inside? Because then I get it, but I don't think I do.
I don't get it.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ, lady, this is our first days.
What? Can you pull up the comment?
Amber Flannery Field. They have a YouTube as well. This is a lesbian. This is a woman. Video essays about whiteness, anti-racism, and sometimes not about those things. Wow.
Hi, I'm Amber. I used to go by John Field. Surprise.
Autism cadence, here we go. You can tell straight away.
Surprise, a YouTuber turns out to be trans. What are the odds? This is a channel for video essays. I want to do videos building on ideas established by creators like ConjurePoints and Defunctland, but have a lot more aesthetics thrown in and kind of experimental film techniques.
Aesthetics such as balding. Jeez, it goes all the way back. Wow.
techniques. If you're finding this channel through my TikTok where I'm doing good on that garbage app that I despise, my content here is going to be a little different than what you're used to. My video essays here are a lot less tour guide content, but I do want to make some videos on New York. And my tone is slightly more somber as opposed to my TikToks, which are glib, front-facing, and fast-talking. I have a lot of video essays currently written, and some of it's half shot. My plan is to do an 8 essay series that explores white supremacy and anti-racism from a white perspective.
By the way, they have all these essays and stuff planned. This is the second most recent post. And then you look at them beforehand, like very suddenly, we've got this completely different aesthetic. But yeah, look at all these video essays this person's done. Surprise, I'm trans, channel trailer. And then there's like one video posted a day ago. Like much aesthetics, very wow. It's literally him in a fucking vertical camera shouting.
I have a lot of video essays currently written, and some...
He's written all these videos. It's like Ian Danskin or something. I've written all these scripts and I just never made them into anything.
It's half shot. My plan is to do an 8 essay series that explores white supremacy and anti-racism from a white perspective. It's going to be...
It's over 2 years and he has not done any of this. But it's still in his fucking... Still in his thing. Crazy.
This arc that establishes a lot of biographical information about me to tell at the midway point the story of how I got blackballed doing stand-up comedy, which is a really dramatic, dark story. And
okay, so we're talking about other people's experiences, racism and stuff. And then abruptly inserting our own sob story.
And from there, use that event in my life to serve a larger argument. And like Defunctland, these series of essays are to be like a TV show that builds arguments to the season finale, the final essay, where I take everything that came before it to talk about the subjects of race, pacifism, and anti-violence in the 21st century, and talk about that subject in a way that I think is very unique. And from a...
That because they aren't funny? I mean, it's certainly an explanation. Jesus, look at this. You see like the skin showing this far back. Like estrogen will like fill some of that in, but fuck me, man.
Very powerful, just deeply held perspective. I think if you're patient with my channel and just kind of wait, it'll pay off. I want to try to get my first series of videos out by this summer. But if not, just...
This summer. He wanted to start posting this by the summer of 2023. Nothing has shown. I wonder if there's any... Nope, outs himself as AGP, and that's the last post. How nice.
Just kind of hang tight. Usually I end my trailer of my videos by picking up my cat and making a joke about it, but someone rudely took my cats. So if any of you out there have a cat, I want you to pick it up and shove it to your screen so I can have it. The YouTube, they changed their algorithm, so that will be able to work. It's called the Cat Engine.
Okay, and the trailer abruptly stops. Now he's posted one video since.
Hi, I'm a trans woman, and if you don't know...
A video that only plays in the left fucking speaker. Oh, hilarious. Wow. Very, very female coded.
Know what that is? It's kind of like being a substitute teacher of womanhood. I'm the woman until the real woman shows up, and I'm at my #1 favorite gay cruising spot in New York City, the 9/11 Memorial, and today I'm going to talk to you about
hilarious
what 9/11 has to do with transness. By the way, I'm Amber, like the alert, and I'm the only good tour guide in New York City. And if TikTok's really going away, this is my second to last video essay before my series finale. So let's put the biscuit in the bag.
I love you, Mary. Bud blast.
Thank you so much, Emily W42, for the $665. Thank you. Stylist, what am I supposed to do with this?
Basket, kids. The character in all of fiction that...
Why? What? Oh.
So let's put the biscuit in the basket, kids.
What's the point in that?
The character in all of fiction that I relate to the most is the gangster Phil Leotardo from the...
Oh yeah, fix your fucking fringe and then show off your... Like, Jesus Christ, bro. It's like actually painful.
Subscribe to me 9/11 because I think it's...
Why is he hanging out with Eli Ehrlich? Disgusting. Listen, this is a video about protecting trans children. Gender unicorn. Oh, this is Eli Ehrlich's thing. Disgusting. Listen, if an adult makes something like this, that should be an automatic checking of their hard drive, right?
Never forget it, kid. It's Chinatown. A while back, I was at a party of the trans famous...
That's a sad fucking fringe.
Eli Ehrlich, known for inventing the unicorn thing.
The gender unicorn. This is nonsense. Your gender identity. Yeah, you just call yourself one of these things. That's all that means. Gender expression is literally gender roles. Shit we should be minimizing, really. Sex assigned at birth is literally what you are. That is not superseded by you calling yourself something else.
Okay, I don't care. And like at this party, I was significantly older than everybody there by at least 12 years. So I like to do this bit with very, very young people where I ask them to describe to me 9/11 because I think it's incredibly funny. And I did it to this one 18-year-old trans kid, and his response, he was ridiculously wrong. He was like, was there a shoe bomber? And it made me feel distressed, not because of some like never forget bullshit. How much of the overreaction to 9/11 is attached to...
What is it with these people and these god-awful bangs? I'll say one thing. Most trans women, not only are they a bit unfortunate when it comes to how much hair they have, but they're often also quite unfortunate in like their brow. Like a man's brow is like thicker and comes out more than a woman's brow. So it's not just that you have to try and hide the fact that you're balding, which this guy very much is, you can tell. How far back this fringe goes is just sad, just stop. The University of Cape Town's med school literally showed us that gender unicorn. That's insane. It's fucking pseudoscience. It's nonsense. It's just things people make up to satiate their own feelings. Doesn't mean anything to anyone. And giving that kind of shit to kids is like disgusting.
To our country's history with transphobia.
Amber, are you stealing my books again?
I'm stealing your...
Oh, this is so fucking cringe. It's actually so unfunny.
You always knew. Quick reminder, when a big content creator is outed as a predator and you say...
What's he getting out in front of? By the way, doesn't he look a bit like Chris Chan here?
You always knew. That means that you're not out there trying to find my son, which is your job to be out there and doing the detective work that you're paid to do in finding my son.
What is he talking about?
Police officers used to draw lipstick on their crotch and then hang out in the back of movie theaters as a sting operation to catch cruising men. So like my question is, how do they choose who did lipstick duty? All right, those lily-palmed fairies are at it again. I need one.
I've read it, Amy. Is what he's saying true? I don't know. This is just going to be like stupid voices now.
One of you officers to step up to draw lipstick on your crotch and hang out in the back of a movie
Lars Ulrich, kinda, yeah.
theater. Which one of you brave men are strong enough to do it? I'll do it, sir. Mackenzie, no, you can't. You've already done it 50 times. I won't put my man in that level of danger. You don't understand, sir. I have to do it. Otherwise, another officer would be doing...
It's funny. Like, are you laughing? You should be laughing because it's funny. Listen how funny this is. It's so fucking funny. It's so amazingly funny that I'm going to look at something else because it's doing my head in.
One of the themes in the lesbian bar discourse is this idea that the men are the oppressors. And I'm sitting there as a trans woman listening to that, and I'm like, cis woman.
Oh my, look at this shit, man. You are allowed to make like any effort at all. You are allowed to like brush your hair, make sure there's not crap in it, and like do something about the 5 o'clock shadow. Are you sure you should be transitioning? Are you sure this is right for you?
If men are the oppressors to you, who are you to me? Because 2 of the times that I was assaulted inside of a lesbian bar in New York City has been by cis women. But for me to sit here in the underdog position pointing my finger is a precarious place to be in because I'm a white woman, and a lot of these lesbian bars in New York City are incredibly whitewashed. I'm the oppressor when you want freedom. I'm the oppressor when you want justice. I'm the oppressor when you want equity. And let's just keep cutting the cake into thinner and thinner and thinner pieces. I have this one black trans friend, and both of us happen to intersect with this one intentionally POC queer community, and she had to tell me that it was a deeply trans misogynistic community in a way that like I was completely oblivious to. Or I had 2 other black trans friends who told me that the side of black trans community that they often get
got beat up in a lesbian bar. I mean, I don't trust anything this person's saying.
exposed to is incredibly lesbophobic and incredibly transmedicalist. Brick, right? So let's center it back to me, the protagonist. I'm standing here.
But I'm getting like
of a great
I'm getting like psycho vibes, I'm gonna be honest. Like the crazy eyes on some of these are fucking real. Okay, we got back to the start.
I hate all queer kids media, and it has nothing to do with the media, and it has everything to do with me. I work with kids, and all kids are queer these days. Good for them. And they get excited to see me because, like, I'm an openly out, trans woman. I dress like
Yeah, he has a lot of stock in kids getting excited when they see him, obviously.
freaking Miss Frizzle. And they'll come up to me and they're like, Amber, have you seen Owl House? Have you read the queerest book in the world? And they bring up to me all this queer media that means a lot to them. And what I do is mostly listen, because that's what the job...
Yeah, you got to get him young. You got to get him obsessing over stupid labels and obsessing over things that reinforce these stupid labels that mean nothing to anyone except the people that take them on.
Job is, if you want to take care of kids, you mostly listen to them and give them lots of space to, like, show you who you are. But sometimes I wish I could really communicate to them, and I'm trying to find the words to communicate to them that I can't watch those kids' media because it's way too painful and bittersweet for me. I came out at 36.
Oh, is this something about wanting to live vicariously through kids, or like finding it painful to think about how he couldn't have come out when he was younger? And now you're reinforcing that around kids that you're somehow around. Like, what is this guy's job? I don't think this person should be around kids myself.
As a trans woman, that's how long it took for me to get the grammar on queerness.
Yeah, and you were a bloke the entire time.
I first started...
He's like literally jealous of these kids that get to come out as queer as kids, so they can all be part of a cult as a child, rather than getting to 36 and having some kind of fucking early midlife crisis.
Transitioning in the year 2021, I first came out to someone in the year 2008, and I came out to a trans person, a non-binary person, who, after I came out...
Non-binary isn't trans, but okay.
They instructed me that I couldn't be trans because of this list of medical gatekeeping things I didn't really match up to. And if you go even further back, in middle school...
It's almost like you look at someone like this and you're like, maybe an amount of gatekeeping is a good thing. I don't know.
We didn't discuss queer issues at all. In fact, like, I remember the high school coach was incredibly unenthusiastic about teaching sex, told the class directly, please do not ask me any gay questions. Back then, we didn't have a don't say gay rule because we just didn't say gay. And so I look at all this kids' media now, and there's joy in my heart that the kids get the childhood that I never had to have.
Oh, it's always about, I hate these people. When they talk like this, why would you let them around children? This is fucking weird. He wants to live vicariously through your children. And like, I don't know what job this guy has. He should fucking have it. I hate hearing this kind of thing. All these older, like, trans women fervently wishing they could have come out younger in life and want to live vicariously through other people's kids. It's nasty. It's fucking nasty, man. It's disgusting.
Childhood that I never had to have. Media now, and there's joy in my heart that the kids get the childhood that I never had to have. And that's what I do. My job is try to fight for, like, all kids, straight, cis, queer, whatever, to make sure that they can have, like, a good life ahead of them. But also, it makes me sad because these kids are...
Who is this person? What do they do? Running puncture. It's got nothing to do with, like, kids, right? Lesbian library. What the fuck do you have to do with lesbian library day? That ain't for you, bro. You're a man. This is a woman. This is a woman. Look at this woman. Oh no, he has got a son. December 2021, I started writing my letter to my son while also writing an essay on the Capitol insurrection. I read into death cults and realized the eco-fascists I live with were eco-fascists. Wow. Hey, just grow your hair out and be a fucking mosher if that's what you want to do. It looks like fucking Jim Carrey. Trans timeline pic. Again, I find this stuff so unrelatable. Maybe it's because I never looked anything like this. I always had a certain, like, aesthetic I was going for. I just can't imagine if I used to look like a guy. Like, bear in mind, like, the way I feel about it is, like, when I used to present male, and bear in mind, that was like my teens. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just put whatever on. I didn't really know what looked good. And I didn't really, whatever it looked like, I didn't really feel it, but I didn't really know what I wanted. And like, I kind of wanted to experiment looking more feminine, but I knew I'd get shit for it, so I didn't. But like, I don't know, I moved out when I was 18. When you move out, you get to do that kind of thing. I guess someone like this, they have a kid, so they feel like they can't do that. But it's like, why post this kind of stuff? Doesn't this like make your dysphoria go crazy? Looking like this? He just grew out his hair, yes, exactly. Like, what's the difference? He actually put some fucking makeup on this. He's still a man. And can you see what I mean, by the way? The head shape. The head shape is like a real, like, signifier. Head shape, head size. I just don't get it. Like, this is a woman. I'm supposed to look at you and think you're a woman. Works in community with kids and works alongside teachers. Like, I don't know. I still don't know what job he does. When he says he works in community with kids, like, what do you mean by that? All this self-obsession. Listen, I used to do this kind of shit as well. First off, I actually kind of look like a woman on my Instagram. And second off, I just stopped all this because it's just narcissism. It's just wanting people to look at you. And at a certain point, it's like, well, who fucking cares, man?
Before called Lesbian Library Day.
Can you imagine being a lesbian? And this is the person like shouting this out. Also, it's not lesbian library today because you're there. You look like you're taking the piss out of them. But because I bet a lot of them in like New York are like woke as fuck, they probably accept you. Look how far back the fringe go. Like, fuck me, dude.
Lesbian takeover of the entire SNFL branch of the New York Public Library, the one across the street from the Lion Library, on July 12th. From 1 to 5 p.m., they're holding a sober sapphic social soiree. This is important because lesbian social spaces have been on the decline.
Lesbian spaces have been under decline. Why is that? It's because they all have to let men in now.
In America, there's only 36 lesbian bars left in this entire country, and I'm banned from 8 of them. And without
Listen, I know that's a joke, but don't even do that kind of shit, man. Don't.
lesbian social spaces, who would condescendingly explain to me the rules of the WNBA? What will happen on Lesbian Library Day? Well, first of all, you'll be around a bunch of books and a bunch of lesbians, but more important than that, we'll have social rooms, a scavenger hunt, book swaps, the opportunity to run into your ex. This day is your canvas. The one rule is you can't leave without learning the name of a stranger.
Yeah, all the comments are down with it. But there's no actual women on here. I think this person is literally the organizer. It's so fucking bizarre.
More important than that, who is invited to this event? Well, first of all, lesbians. But in addition to that, everyone of all genders and sexuality.
So it's not even a lesbian thing. It's for everyone. Is that possibly why lesbians don't have spaces anymore? By your own admission. Because they have to let everyone else in there now. Very bizarre hearing the word lesbian come out of this guy's mouth. Yes, exactly.
Who feel
Wasn't the whole point that gay people don't like being told, oh, well, you should just date straight people anyway. Maybe you just haven't met the right one. Like, I don't know, man.
feels like they'll build community or have fun in a giant building that's stuffed full of lesbians. Community is about power, and power is about numbers. And so if you don't match up with 100% of what a lesbian is 100% of the time, please don't self-segregate on our behalf. That includes lesbians, non-binary people, transmasculine people, and even Cora.
Okay, so transmasculine people who literally reject their own womanhood and lesbianism. Fucking hell, man. Isn't it meant to be dysphoric? Why would you be a transmasculine person and go to lesbian events? Wouldn't that be dysphoric? Oh wait, none of it makes sense anymore, I forgot.
Cora is this name of a girl I once knew, who I hate. She's my...
Oh, it's so fucking unfunny. It's so, like, painful. Oh, Eli Ehrlich's going. Eli Ehrlich is down with it. It's just going to be full of men, isn't it? Full of men and women that think they're men. All the actual lesbians don't want to go near because they're like, well, it's full of these people. Nah, I'm all right.
Number one, I became a quote-unquote punk mom doing supportive.
He's a punk mom for like teen punks and oh man. Oh. Even if there's nothing going on and this person has never done anything wrong in their life, everything they're presenting is just like keep your kids away. Fuck me.
work inside of this small teen punk community in New York City. My reasoning is that if old people are
I mean, he hangs out with Eli Ehrlich. His hands can't be that clean, let's be real.
very important, young people are the upside down version of old people with completely overlapping forms of political disenfranchisement. My two favorite black feminists is the author Bell Hooks and the stand-up comedian Doug Stanhope. And by a weird coincidence, in both of their works, they say the exact same phrase. Children are the most oppressed class. And doing all this community work with kids, I now fully internalize that sentiment to a reflexive level. Because watching as these kids, as they go through their struggles, I now realize that before you have a race or class, you have an age. No matter how affluent a kid is or not, you can never have enough wads of cash to throw in front of you when your dad decides to come charging at you down a darkened hallway. This violence is created by a prevalent fiction in our society, which is that parents have ownership of their children. So in order to
Does this person think that they shouldn't? Yeah, there's a reason why kids can't consent to certain things, and parents have to do it for them. One of them is people like you.
franchise and empower these children, sometimes it means challenging that fiction, which makes people nervous. Children need adults in their life that aren't their parents or attached to.
Like, everything is so fucking nonce code. I can't fucking, oh my God. Everything he's saying, it doesn't matter if he's never done anything. Everything he's saying is like exactly what I expect to hear from someone who is going to be in the news one day.
Panoptic surveying.
Like, clearly wants to be a mentor to these kids and like encourage all this like queer shit and stuff. It's like so strange. Clearly wants to live vicariously through people younger than himself. Because he came out at 36 and now thinks he should have come out as a teenager. But clearly doesn't experience gender dysphoria because he doesn't care about posting pictures of himself looking like a man. And going around looking like a man today with a bad fringe.
Institutional structures. When a child has an adult for a friend, it benefits them. A person who is subject to severe political violence.
Political violence?
I try to twist the arms of trans adults in my life so they can join me and I can have relief from the burnout that
He wants more trans people to help indoctrinate the kids. How nice.
I'm always on the cusp of, and I get a wall of internalized trans misogyny of people who are paralyzed by fear of being seen in proximity with a child, leaving me all alone.
Yeah, I wonder why other trans people aren't chomping at the bit to hang out with kids on your behalf. Yeah, they probably are worried about being called a nonce. Well, half the problem is that you fucking look and sound like one.
Alone. That city council election changed me in two ways. The second way was that it made me realize I was trans.
You can't realize you're trans. Certainly someone like you cannot realize you're trans. You decided it. Obviously something was wrong in your life. That means you're a woman now or something. I don't fucking know, bro.
I went full Amber in 2022 at the ascendancy of all those bigot laws being passed.
Oh, so because of laws being passed, okay.
There's all the book bans and trans sports bans. And to me, they seemed like a statement from the white boomer.
So he trans for political reasons. There we go. No gender dysphoria in sight. What did he used to be like?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. No, that's not Daniel
Okay, so he still wasn't funny as a man, okay.
J. John.
I'm sorry. Where is it actually?
Do you want to be credited?
Again, listen, this is what happens when you politically radicalize fucking retards. This is just what happens. I'm sorry. You don't have to do that. You can't just leave those people alone. You're not giving them a cause, you're just ruining their lives.
The right way for the show?
I would like to be credited Daniel J. John. I think it'd be a great name to be called.
No, my name's not Daniel J.
Okay, they're still being unfunny, hang on. Yeah, they've obviously been in like these radical kind of lefty circles for a long time. It was only a matter of time. He probably knew tons of trans people by the time he transitioned. And now he's all friends with people like Eli Ehrlich and stuff. It's so fucking weird. Like, trans people and trans communities will astroturf fucking anyone. It's disgusting.
Off, right? Can we say, hi, I'm Daniel J. Parafan, and this is my show. Now, we could just switch that around. I feel like it's much more inclusive of minorities. What do you think?
What?
If you're against it, you're against minorities. Now, I don't mean to think that you're a Hitler Youth group or anything, but I just feel like you have that kind of love for whites.
What if I don't want to include minorities?
It just feels, wow. Wow.
What?
You don't want, how did
Our patter.
Hold on 1 second.
There's no earphone.
My producer is speaking to me in my ear.
That's not how producers communicate. They use paper.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they hand paper.
Oh, my God. Breaking news, everyone.
This is actually painful, and I hate this guy's tattoos, by the way. They're awful. I mean, are we surprised that this person transitioned?
Should straight men be allowed to go inside of lesbian bars? My answer is going to annoy the shit out of you. Lesbian bars are often described in community as sacred spaces, and I kind of question that logic. First of all, the place that I'm trying to break into right now has the word hole in the title. And second of all, just how sacred can a space be if I pee in the sink on a regular basis? My most controversial view is that everything in queer community needs to be like my slutty friend Charlotte. It should suck just a little bit. And I frequent lesbian bars, and as a Buffalo Bill who traipses into the dink basement full of Jodie Foster.
Yeah, so he knows, basically. He knows he's a man hanging out in lesbian bars. And that most of the people there are probably too nice to say anything. Probably don't want to be the one outed as a transphobe by not letting this obvious man in.
Its appeal to me isn't the fact that it's a sacred space, but it's more of a faggy Billy Joel song, where it'll be...
And like, the other thing is, you reject your own manhood, and you're like, straight. You're a straight male. Do you get to use the word faggy? Like, come on, bro. I don't know about this.
1 o'clock on a Monday, and you look at one end of the bar, and you see a bisexual nurse making I want to cheat on my wife eyes at you, thinking that your transsexuality will split things down the middle, which I have a horrible news for you. And then on the other end, you'll see some queer elder who was so gacked out during the...
Queer elder. Is that a thing that exists? When you talk about elders, aren't they usually of the opinion that queer is a slur?
bad old days that they have no remembered history to share with you. But most importantly, there's me. And I don't really class up a joint. This past winter, there was a discourse of the week on TikTok about whether or not straight men should be allowed in lesbian bars. What happened was there was a straight man who was standing at this spot exactly where I am at now.
Fucking, like... This is a piss take. It has to be. The problem is, there's so many fucking awful trans women out there that don't sound female, don't look female. They literally look like they're taking the piss.
Now, and he was rude to a customer, so he ended up getting shouted out of the restaurant. The next day, his straight female friend got on TikTok and made a very condescending video asking if straight men are excluded from lesbian spaces. She ended up getting dogpiled on...
But the thing is, how can it be a piss take when he's like literally friends with like Eli Ehrlich? Why would Eli Ehrlich hang out with someone who is taking the piss out of trans people and taking the piss out of women? That's the problem. So it can't be a piss take. It has to be real. But it's the most cringy fucking nonce-coded shit I've ever seen in my life.
This app being stitched to death.
Like, you pause it at any point. It's just a fucking bloke. He looks stupid in this dress. Like, what are you doing?
By a bunch of dour-faced funeral dirges with their eyes always on the top 1/5 of the screen, condescendingly explaining to her why she's wrong. The criticisms of her criticisms are worth entertaining. The vague constellation of the critiques was that straight people need to be conscious of themselves inside of queer spaces, feminine queer spaces need to be protected, and that men...
Well, you obviously don't think feminine queer spaces need protecting.
Men are the oppressors. Now, I disagree with this discourse, but not so much the words coming out of the mouth, more the song that's coming out of the voice. I got this theory that underneath all online discourse, a shadow is cast in which the real argument is being made, especially one that benefits the platform it's on.
Wow, what an original take. When someone says something, they might actually be meaning something else. Never heard a trans person say that before.
Last month, there was a discourse of the week of whether or not you would want to be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear, and the entire premise was to illustrate that men are often a threat to women. But however you feel inside of this binary, there is a shadow argument being cast here, which is that the world is scary. There are bears and men out there, so you might as well stay inside and keep scrolling.
That's how radical feminist words benefits a capitalist online platform. It's not about the words in the mouth, but the song in the voice.
What?
My question with any online discourse.
What the fuck does any of that have to do with capitalism? Was people trying to highlight that men are bad or some shit? I didn't even like any of the fucking... that man bear shit. I thought it was just... I thought it was kind of bullshit, to be honest.
Of course, isn't whether or not the words are...
Like, the people saying they choose the bear, most of them are fucking lying. Let's just be real.
...are correct, but how effective it is. What power does it gain us? Because
then the problem is, there's kind of truth behind, like, males being far more likely to sexual assault women the other way around. But this fucking person will swear down that it doesn't apply to him when it fucking does.
There's a TikTok debate about whether or not women belong in lesbian bars. I question who the intended argument is, because the original guy from the original story was inherently rude. He's not going to listen whatever, even like if the message ever reaches him. The straight men who are most likely to take guidance from the queer community are the ones who you want in the room in the first place. Trade, allies who don't suck, closeted trans women. This is such a subtle political point.
Closeted trans, fucking hell. So the kind of men you want around are men that haven't realized they're women yet. Okay, amazing. It's like self-hatred on fucking steroids.
But before
I can't believe people like me are the ones getting called self-hating all the time. When these people just say this kind of shit all the time.
Transitioned, I was a repressed ally, and so all this discoursey crap.
Of course he was a fucking ally. Of course he spent loads of his time around queer people, and then mysteriously realized one day that he was also queer.
That made me self-segregate from the community out of respect, which I think cost me years in the closet. There are huge blind spots to online arguments. Like, I personally know the staff of this bar to the point that they let me in early to shoot this TikTok. And one of the people I've talked to about this, what they said was, it's really, really funny. And a lot of these people I've seen speaking on this, I've never seen in the bar. From what I've seen is mostly apprehension from the people inside of the bar, and yet hours of online conversation on this, and I've never seen the perspective of the people who are here every single night. And I'm not saying that to say like, oh, let's include these voices, because
I don't even know what he's getting at.
Marissa does not know how to read, but I more want to illustrate the shape of online argument. It speaks to the blind spots of litigating queer community matters online. In fact, all this online conversation and the litigation happened the night it happened at this spot right here. Community is never a thing that happens online.
That's complete bullshit. It has to be, to an extent, things that happen online. Because otherwise, how the fuck do trans people find each other? Lots of them live in places where they're not going to meet other trans people. I think my kind of perspective is just meet people you connect with. The idea that you're trans, so you should go and find other trans people is itself a problem, but like, how the fuck are we saying community doesn't happen? Like, what are you talking about? Of course it happens online. That's as much community as plenty of people get.
I've been talking to you for 4 minutes, and yet at no point could you go punch me in the face for saying something annoying or reach out and hug me, because you personally know me and know that I'm using this whole stupid online argument to deflect myself from processing my feelings over that child who I knew who died earlier this year. In fact, for the past 5 minutes, I haven't been talking to you at...
Okay, we're going all over the place. I don't give a fuck anymore. This has been super fun, but fuck me, dude. Good luck on your video essay series that never fucking happened. At least he doesn't have a Patreon, I'll give him that. At least he's not taking people's money to not make things.